Good morning, everyone. I'll be orienting you on how are you going to use the sample model for chapter 1 that I'll be uploading in the stream of our Google Classroom. The thesis is actually from Charles D. Malig, my advisee in the Master of Arts in Math Teaching. So I am actually giving you a copy of his chapter 1. And the entire parts of chapter 1 will be used as your basis of making your chapter 1 also. But you are not going to copy what is in the introduction, what is actually in the parts found in chapter 1. I have indicated about the copying of the title, the copying of the statement of the problem. But the rest of the parts must be actually changed according to the perspective of your proposal, according to your statement of the problem, and according to the title of your research proposal. So in the sample model, you have introductions. I want you to change that introduction in the context of your research proposal. However, you have to follow what is actually in the content. Also, you have the guide on how are you going to make the introduction. And then, it is being followed by the statement of the problem. So I discussed that one already. So you have the statement of the problem. I'll be returning what you have sent to seated office once I'm done checking all titles and all statement of the problems of your research proposal. And then you have the significance of the study. So it's indicated in there the people, the persons, the agencies that can benefit the findings of the study. And you are going to indicate also how each of those can benefit. You can add something in there depending on the perspective of your research proposal. And then the theoretical framework of the study. So you're going to actually read what is in the theoretical framework, but you are not going to copy in there. You are going to find other theories that will support your research proposal. The theoretical framework is actually followed by the conceptual framework. So the conceptual framework of your research proposal must be based also in the statement of the problem and in the theoretical framework. So follow what is actually written in the sample model so that you will have a guide in making your own theoretical framework and making your own conceptual framework. You have to remember that the conceptual framework is a replica of the statement of the problem. What you have mentioned in the statement of the problem is actually found in the conceptual framework. Then you have the review of related literature. So in some cases, we have a combination of foreign literature and then local literature, or we have literature and then studies. But in this case, we have a thematic approach of doing the review of related literature. If we're going to look at the sample model, you can find subsections. And those different subsections under review of related literature is actually the themes of the review of different literature and of different studies. So you have to actually have those different parts in the review of related literature by themes. You are not going to copy and then paste, no? Copy and paste from the sources that you have actually identified, but you are going to paraphrase and then apply citation using the APA 6th edition format, and then you're going to include how that literature, how that study is being used in your research proposal. It's not actually pasting the literature, but you have to indicate that what is the study all about, what is the literature all about, and how does it help your own research proposal or your own thesis. So if you're going to look at the review of related literature, you can find different themes. So those different themes are actually part of the topic relevance of those literature to your statement of the problem or to the research proposal in general. And then we have that rule, last 10 years. If not last 10 years, last 5 years for studies. For review of related literature, not studies, not thesis, not dissertation, or not the articles being published in any journal, then you can just have that one in any publication year. But in terms of studies, you are going to focus to the rule within the last 10 years or within the last 5 years. Why? Because if you have a study way back 1940, a study way back 1960, a thesis way back 1970, then you would be asking yourselves, are the findings relevant to this year, 2022? Are the conclusions relevant to this year, 2022? You have actually have a dissertation being reviewed and you found it relevant to your present research proposal, but it is actually being published in 1950. So what relevance can you get about it? So you have to take note last 5 years or last 10 years. So we have to consider the recency of your studies. After that, we have, hold on for a moment, we're going to consider the research methodology. Under research methodology, you can have research design, research locale, you can find research respondents, and then you can find research instrument, data gathering procedures, statistical tools for data analysis, and then the operational definition of terms. So what we are going to consider in the operational definition of terms, these are variables found in your statement of the problem. All of those variables found in the statement of the problem that have special meanings. When I say they have special meanings, the meanings cannot be found in the dictionary, cannot be found in the references that you have actually reviewed. As researchers, you have the legal right to define the variable depending on the way you use that variable in your research proposal, in your thesis, or in your dissertation. So there's a sample in there, and you can actually contextualize that one based on how you use those different variables in your own research proposal. So as I mentioned, Chapter 1 model that I am actually uploading in our stream is actually the thing that you are going to follow, and that you are not going to copy what is actually in the sample model. Make your own. Have your own review, have your own design. I know that you have taken research methods in your senior high school to research subjects or review those different skills that you have learned in research when you were still in senior high school. So that's your assignment for today, and then for Thursday, read the entire manuscript, chapter 1 manuscript, so that you have the idea on how are you going to make your own research proposal. Thank you very much.